A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been severely tested following a series of Israeli airstrikes in Gaza that resulted in the deaths of at least 21 people and left dozens more wounded. This alarming escalation occurred on Saturday, November 23, 2025, as reported by Gaza's Civil Defense Agency. The recent wave of violence raises concerns about the stability of a truce that has been in place since October 10th, and it highlights the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the region. The airstrikes were reportedly launched in response to gunfire directed at Israeli soldiers, a claim that has been met with skepticism by Palestinian officials. Health officials in Gaza confirmed that among the casualties were many children, with at least 24 people killed and 54 wounded during the attacks. The strikes targeted various locations, including a vehicle in Gaza City's Rimal neighborhood, which killed 11 Palestinians and injured over 20. The situation in hospitals is dire, with medical professionals like Rami Mahana, managing director of Al-Shifa Hospital, expressing deep concern over the increasing number of casualties, particularly among vulnerable populations such as children. Further complicating the situation, another strike on a house near Al-Adha Hospital resulted in the deaths of at least 3 individuals and wounded 11, while additional attacks in the Nuseirat refugee camp and Deir el-Bala claimed further lives, including that of a child. According to Gaza's government media office, Israel has violated the ceasefire agreement a staggering 497 times in just 44 days, leading to the deaths of hundreds of Palestinians. The overwhelming majority of these casualties have been civilians, including women and the elderly, raising alarms about the humanitarian implications of these military actions. Amidst this turmoil, Hamas has accused Israel of breaching the truce under what they describe as fabricated pretexts and has called for immediate intervention from international mediators, including the United States, Egypt, and Qatar. The call for action comes at a time when the United Nations Security Council has recently approved a U.S. blueprint aimed at securing and governing the Palestinian territory. This plan includes the establishment of an international stabilization force to maintain security and a transitional authority overseen by U.S. President Donald Trump, with hopes of paving the way toward an independent Palestinian state. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office has stated that the recent attacks were aimed at senior Hamas members, claiming that 5 high-ranking officials were killed during Saturday's operations. However, this has done little to quell the fears of those living in Gaza, who describe their situation as one where there is no safe place. The ongoing violence has exacerbated the already dire humanitarian conditions, as Israel continues to impose heavy restrictions on the flow of aid and medical supplies into the region, despite the terms outlined in the ceasefire agreement. As international attention turns toward Gaza, the implications of this renewed violence are profound. The recent airstrikes not only challenge the fragile ceasefire, but also threaten to derail the diplomatic efforts that have been made to stabilize the region. The humanitarian needs in Gaza are acute, with calls for increased aid and support growing louder amidst the backdrop of escalating military actions. In summary, the situation in Gaza remains precarious as Israeli airstrikes continue to inflict casualties on the civilian population, raising serious questions about the effectiveness of the ceasefire and the future of peace negotiations in the region. With international mediators urged to step in, the hope for a lasting resolution hangs in the balance as both sides grapple with the consequences of continued conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.